Hello guys, I am Jasmeet and welcome to Blogging Unplugged. On this channel, you will find information related to WordPress, blogging, product tutorials, updates and other related topics. Now in this video, we are going to discuss what's coming in WordPress 6.1. Now this update is basically focused on improving the already existing features that were released mainly in WordPress 5.9 and WordPress 6.0. Now, along with these improvements, a new theme has also been released, which is the 2023 theme. Now, this theme comes with a ton of styling options, and we have covered all of those in this video. Now, I won't be taking a lot of your time here as this video is going to be a long one. And just like every video, timestamps to every topic covered are in the description box below along with the links to our socials. Feel free to follow us on other platforms as well. And with that said, let me start sharing the screen. And in the meantime, you make sure to subscribe and turn on the post notification bell so that you are notified every time we release a video. Hello guys and welcome to the screen capture of this video. Now as you can see, we have two tabs opened in the browser. The first one is running WordPress 6.0 beta 3 and the second tab, which is right over here, is running WordPress 6.0.2. Okay, as far as the themes are concerned, the 6.0 is running the 2022 theme, which is right over here. You can see active 2022 theme, and the 6.1 beta 3 is running the new 2023 theme that will be included in this release of WordPress. Now I will be touching briefly on this theme as well in this video, so make sure you watch this video till the very end. Now, as far as the changes are concerned, the first few changes that we are going to discuss have been introduced in the site editor. Now, to see those changes, let's just head over to site editor in both the tabs. Now, the first change that you will see in WordPress 6.1 in the site editor is the ability to create templates for a particular item. Now let me show you what I'm talking about, but let's just head over to WordPress 6.0 first and see how templates used to behave there. So this is WordPress 6.0. Let's head over to templates right over here, and you can see there are quite a lot of templates that WordPress has already, that 2022 theme basically comes with, and you can add new ones from right over here. Now what happens when I create an author template right over here? So what will happen is this author template, this new one, if I will create this new author template, it will automatically apply to all of the authors on the website. So let's just understand it this way. So if a site has two authors, A and B, and if I want to create a particular, if I want to create a specific template for author A, then I cannot do that because this template will be applied to both of the authors A and B. Now this has changed in WordPress 6.1 beta, or you can say this will probably change in WordPress 6.1. And to see this change, let's head over to templates right over here. You can see, you can click right over here. These are all of the templates that you can create. You can create templates for first things, for specific pages, single item post, taxonomy, custom templates as well. Okay, so keep this change in mind. And now when you will add any of the templates, it will show you this sort of an option where you can select either you want to create this template for all the authors or for a specific author. Now when you will click this item, it will show you that there is an author for which you can create this template. Basically this will, if there are multiple authors on your site, then those will be displayed right over here. Okay, now you can select this and this template will be only applied to that particular author on your site. The rest of the authors will have either the global template that you have set, or in case you have created specific templates for them as well, then those will be there as well. So this is the first change that you will see in the site editor in WordPress 6.1. Now moving on, the next change that you will see in the site editor has been introduced in the style settings. Now there are two main changes that you will see. The first one is the introduction of the separate style settings for buttons, and the second one is for the headings. Okay, so let's just go to WordPress 6.0 first and see if we could style buttons and headings. Okay. So this is WordPress 6.0. Here are the style settings, and you can see right over here there are options available for typography, colors and layouts. And let's just click typography and see if we could style any of those things, and click. And you can see no, we couldn't do that. Okay, so there was no option available as of now in WordPress 6.0. Now this has changed. Now you can go right over here, click the style settings right over here, click typography, and you can see headings and buttons. Click headings and you can select any of the headings and you can style them. Now there are fonts as well. You can see there are 4 new fonts: DM Sans, IBM Plex Mono, the system font, and the source serif pro. Okay, so these 4 new fonts have been introduced. You will see them in other font family settings as well. So you can see right over here styling for headings, and this is for buttons. Again, the same font settings, the size, appearance, line height. Go back. For colors, you can see right over here for buttons, and for headings, click it. You can select for any of the heading levels and click it, and you can select. Okay, so this is the second change that you will see in WordPress 6.0 that has been introduced in the style settings, or this is basically the change that you will see in the style settings for the site editor in WordPress 6.1. Now, after the style settings in the site editor, the next topic that we are going to discuss is the changes that you will see in the navigation block in WordPress 6.1. Now, navigation block in WordPress 6.1 has received quite a few changes, where the option to create a new menu, manage menu, have been moved right over here in the in the block settings. Okay, so let's just head over to first WordPress 6.0, which is right over here, and you can see the option to select start empty or create a new menu are right over here. There are no options available in the sidebar. You can see the layout option is right over here, typography is right over here, dimensions are right over here, but there are no options available to create or select a menu or to manage menu. Now this has changed in WordPress 6.1, or this will change in WordPress 6.1, where now you can create like this. You can see right over here the menu option is available, which is missing right over here. Okay, this is the first change. This is the first thing that you will see. Then you can switch menus from right over here. You can select the header navigation 2 or header navigation 1. This option, again, when that option is not present over here, then this is not available. That option was present right here on the toolbar that allowed you to basically select menus. Let me show you. So you can click here, select menus, right? Let's just start empty, add a link. Okay, now the option to select menus is right over here, create a new menu is right over here, and manage menus is right over here. Now in case you want to manage menus, let's just start off with create menus is right over here, then managing menus is right below it. Okay, so this is a major change, where now basically selecting, creating or adding menus, or basically managing menus, have been simplified using the navigation block. This is a very very welcome change, because earlier it was very confusing for you to understand the basically the flow of creation or managing wasn't that good. Basically it wasn't that smooth, I would say. But now in WordPress 6.1 you will feel that this is a huge change. Okay, so this is the change that you will see for the navigation block in WordPress 6.1. Now moving on from the navigation block, the next change that has been introduced, or that will be introduced in WordPress 6.1, is the ability to customize borders on each side of the column. Okay, now when I say each side of the column, it means if you want to add colors or styling to the left side, you can do that. On the top, you can do that. If you want to do it on the top right, you can do that. So it is up to you. It is up to you. WordPress will give you this flexibility where you will be able to customize it as per your requirements. Now to see this change, let's just head over to WordPress 6.0 first, which is right over here. So this is the columns block. Let me just select this. You can see borders are right over here. Let's just add 20 pixel to it, style it, select a color, which is this one. And you can see, there are no options to basically, if I want to change the color for the top border and make it 10 pixels, there is no option available. Basically I cannot customize it. I can change the color, the style, the width, but I cannot do it for the individual sides or the individual directions. You can, say whatever is that you want to say, or basically I cannot change it for this or this or this or this is what I want to basically say. Okay, now this has changed in WordPress 6.1, which is right over here. Let's just select this. Okay, and you can go right over here. You can see borders are right over here, and I can unlink sides. I can go right over here and I can add this color and see what happens. It goes to the top, and what I can do is I can add 10 right over here, and I can go back right over here, select the styles. Now first things first, I'm not going to discuss the UI changes that have been introduced in this update. Okay, UI changes we'll do in the video that will follow this video up when WordPress 6.1 will be fully released, the stable version will be released. Then I will discuss each and every topic in detail. Okay, so remember that. For right now, just go, I'll take you through some of the important features, be it, make it a quick video, and then we can discuss, all of the nitty gritties of this update later on in a detailed video about it. So keep this in mind. Okay, so let's just select solid right over here and go back, change the color, add 20 right over here and select dashed, and go back right over here, select this, select 20 right over here, and make this dotted, and go right over here, and let's just select a blue, and 20 right over here. And you can see whatever is that I want to do, I can do that easily. Okay, so this is the change that you will see in the columns block. Basically, you can customize borders. You can customize borders as per your requirement. Now, this is an amazing feature. Using this, you can basically create, beautiful layouts using this feature, and this feature is applicable on inner blocks as well. So right over here, you can see you can customize borders for this one as well, the internal one as well. You can do that easily. So all of the options are available. The styling options are right below. The color options, you can select custom colors using here. So it is totally up to you, how creative you can be using these options WordPress has provided you with now. So this is the change that has been introduced in the columns block, where you now can customize borders as per your requirements. Now moving on from the columns block, the next topic that we are going to discuss is a new feature that you will see in WordPress 6.1, which is the visualization of padding and margins. Now, as the name suggests, basically the visualization here is a new animation that WordPress has introduced that will appear when you will add padding or margin. Now to show you this new feature, what I am going to do is I have columns block right over here. You can see right over here. And what I am going to do is I'm going to select this padding right over here, and I am going to move this selection bar. And you can see how it appears, how the padding, the new animation appears. It basically visualizes the padding for you. It basically shows how the padding will apply to the block while you are adding it. Okay, now this same feature you will find in margins as well. So margins right over here. Let me just select this, and you can see, right? So this is the new visualization of padding and margin that you will see in WordPress 6.1. Now moving on from the padding and margins, the next topic that we are going to discuss is the changes to the image block in WordPress 6.1. Now this change is very similar to what we have discussed in columns, and that is the introduction of customizations for borders. Now let me show you what I'm talking about. Now here in WordPress 6.0 you can see I have added an image. You can see this is an image block as well, very similar pages. So when I will select this image right over here, you will see there is an option to customize borders, but the option is only available for adding the radius. You can click right over here and you can see there are no other things, no other options to customize. Okay, there is literally no option to add the borders. Now this has changed in WordPress 6.1 as the option for adding borders has been introduced. You can click right over here and you can see very similar to what we have discussed in columns is the option to add and customize borders. You can click right over here. You can click right over here, select each and every side. Let's just add 10 right over here. Select green right over here, 20 right over here. And you can see how easily I can add, customize each and every side, each and every direction of this border right over here. Now a difference that you will see in the borders in the columns block and in the image block is that you can add styling over here. However, the styling option is missing in the image block. So this is the change. This is basically the first change that you will see in the image block. Now coming to the second change. Now if you see the toolbar of the image block carefully, that you can easily identify the change, and that is to this icon right over here that allows you to add the duotone filter. Now let's first go to WordPress 6.0 and see what the the older icon was. So let's head over to here and you can see this is the duotone filter icon. You can select right over here. Let's add this filter and you can see it displays the filter right over here that you've applied this filter to this image. Now let's head over to WordPress 6.1. Let's click this icon and you can see shadows and highlight option are right over here. The other option to customize the filter is right over here, and let's just select it this time right over here and you can see it clearly shows that you have applied this duotone filter right over here. So these are the two changes. The first one is the customization for borders, or you can actually add borders to the image block this time, and the second one is the change to the duotone icon. Now after the image block, the next change that we are going to discuss in this video has been introduced to the categories block. Now there are two changes that have been introduced in this block, and the first one is the change of the name. Now let's head over to WordPress 6.0 first. You can see right over here I've added this categories block right over here. I can click right over here and you can see displays a list of all categories and the name is categories. Now this name has changed in WordPress 6.1. So let's just click right over here. You can see now the new name is the categories list, displays a list of all the categories. Now this is the first change that has been introduced. Now the second change that you will notice in the categories list block or the categories block, you can say as of now, is the introduction of show empty categories. This is the option. Okay, now this option is missing in WordPress 6.0. You can see display as drop down, show post count, show only top level categories, show hierarchy, and you can see show hierarchy right over here, show empty categories. This option is missing. Rest all of the options are same. Now using this option you will be able to either show or hide empty categories from the list of categories that you are going to display. So these are the two changes that have been introduced to the categories or the categories list block, which is now it is called in WordPress 6.1. Now moving on from the categories block, the next improvement that we are going to discuss has been introduced or will be introduced in the quote block in WordPress 6.1. Now in this change, what WordPress has done is they have made this section of the quote block as a paragraph block. Now with this change, you will be able to style both of these sections, which is this one and this one separately. Okay, so let me show you what I'm talking about. Let's head over to WordPress 6.0 first and see. So when I will select this section of the code block, which is in WordPress 6.0, you can see it's right over here. It is a part of the code block, but it is not a paragraph block. So what happens when I will add a background to it? Let's just add this background to it. You can see right over here the whole code block background changes to this light green cyan color that I have selected. Okay, now this has changed in WordPress 6.1, which is, you can see right over here, this like and subscribe is a separate paragraph block in itself, and you can style it as per your requirement. For example, let me add this blue color right over here, and this blogging unplugged, and my name Jasmeet Singh. I will add a separate color, which is, let's just say this one, which is the light green cyan, and the whole code block takes the cyan green color, and the like and subscribe section, which is the paragraph block, takes up the light blue color. So using this, you can basically style or customize the code block as per your requirement. Okay, so this is the change that you will see. The first this is only the change that you will see. Basically it's the same change, it's just that they have broken the code block into a code block plus the paragraph block, so that you can change, or you can design the paragraph block section separately. So this is the change that you will see in the code block in WordPress 6.1. Now after the code block, the next improvement that we are going to discuss has been introduced in the gallery block, where the axial spacing has been introduced. Okay, now block gap feature was introduced in WordPress 6.0, where you were able to add spacing between the images or the image blocks in the gallery block. Okay, let me show you what I'm talking about. In WordPress 6.0, you can go right over here. Let's just select this gallery block right over here, and here is the block spacing feature, where I can add or remove spacing from all of these image blocks. For example, let's just add 1 pixel, then make it 10. You can see how the spacing or the gap between the image block changes in the gallery block. Now there is no option to add either vertical or horizontal spacing. Now this is the option that has been introduced in WordPress 6.1, or you will see in WordPress 6.1, which is right over here. So you can see, let's just select gallery block right over here. You can see the block spacing feature is right over here. Let me click this. I can add like no spacing and keep on increasing it. You can see it's adding spaces both horizontally and vertically. Now what happens if I select this? You can see I can add vertical spacing only, and I can increase the horizontal spacing as well. Now using this feature or using this new improvement, you can create creative layouts using the gallery block on your site. So this is a very welcome feature that has been introduced, or the improvement that has been added to the gallery block in WordPress 6.1. Now after the gallery block, the next improvement that we are going to discuss has been introduced in the heading block in WordPress 6.1. Now this is a feature that we have discussed before while we were taking a look at the changes styling options in the site editor, where the styling options for the headings were introduced, and a very similar feature that we have discussed during that topic has been introduced to the heading block as well. So let me first take you to WordPress 6.0 and show you what exactly what exactly is the heading block missing in the previous versions, and then I'll come to WordPress 6.1. So this is WordPress 6.0. This is the heading, the h2 that we have added. This is the typography settings. Let me just click right over here in the ellipsis menu, and you can see this option or this menu doesn't contain the option for the font family. Now we have discussed this while we were on the topic of site editor, while we were discussing headings in site editor, that 4 new fonts have been introduced, and the font family is a feature that you will see in the headings as well. I have mentioned it there as well. So this is missing in WordPress 6.0. Now in WordPress 6.1, Let me select this. You can see this is an H2. Under the typography settings, right over here, you will see the font family options and all of those fonts, that new fonts that were added to WordPress 6.1. You will be able to select from select using this drop down. You can see right over here, DM Sans, IBM Plex Mono, Inter System Font, and Source Serif Pro. Okay, so again, this option is available through this. You will have to click this ellipsis menu if you want to change the typography for headings block in WordPress 6.1. So this is the change that you will see. Now, after the headings block, the next change that we are going to discuss has been introduced in the list block. Now, list block is one of the most commonly used blocks in WordPress, and once you have created the list, you cannot, basically rearrange the items on the list. You will have to copy and paste in various situations. Okay, so let me show you what I'm talking about, and then I'm going to talk about the change. So here in WordPress 6.0, you can see this is a 6-item list that I've created right over here, and this is a 6-item list that is in WordPress 6.0. Now I've selected the list block right over here, and you can see I cannot rearrange these items because there is no option to do so. Okay, there is no option available. Now this has changed in WordPress 6.1. You will notice a drastic change in WordPress 6.1, and you can see right over here. Let me click this list item 1, and you can see now it has an inner block right over here. This is the main block, list block, and this is the inner list item block, we can call it. Yes, this is the inner list item block. And now when I will click this, you can see I could rearrange the list items. You can see one is going down, now one is going up. Okay, so now you can clearly see from here that the list block is leveraging inner blocks to make the rearrangement of items easier for you. Now you no longer will have to cut, copy and paste to rearrange the list items. All you will have to do is just select a list item and you will be able to move them easily. So this is a massive change that you will see in WordPress 6.1 for the list block. Now moving on from the list block, the next topic we are going to discuss is the changes to the cover block in WordPress 6.1, or the changes to the cover blocks that you will see in WordPress 6.1. Now, if you have been using the cover block, then you must be familiar with the fact that it now comes with a feature using which, with just one click, you can use the featured image in it. Now let me show you what that feature exactly is first in WordPress 6.0. So you can see right over here, this is a cover block in WordPress 6.0. And when I will click this, there is this option, use featured image. When I will click this option, it will automatically add the featured image of this post that I'm on in this cover block. Okay, right now I'm not going to click because I'm going to show you the change. Now this option has been moved, okay, from the toolbar to under the add media option. Let me show you. So this is the cover block. You can see first use feature image option is right over here, and if I will click this, then under the add media option, you can see right over here is the option to use featured image. Okay, now this is the first change that we will see. Now let us click this option right over here, and it automatically uses the featured image of this post, which is right over here. Let's go to WordPress 6.0, add this featured image, and you can see right over here is the featured image, and this is the featured image that we have used in this post. Now if I will click this option again, it will remove the featured image. Now this confuses the workflow. What if you just want to change this image? Now the workflow has been improved in WordPress 6.1. Now you will see this option. Let me select this under replace as well. You can see use feature. You can go to your media library, select anything else and remove the featured image. Okay, so these are the two changes that you will see in the cover block in WordPress 6.1. Now, after the changes to the cover block, the next topic that we are going to discuss is the improvements to the block lock feature. Now, this feature was introduced in WordPress 6.0, and using this feature, you can disable certain actions such as movement and removal on blocks, or even reusable blocks. Those can be container blocks as well. So let me first take you through this feature in WordPress 6.0, which is this one. You can see we have added cover block in both, and I will tell you the reason why. And you can see this is the block lock feature, and I can click this lock right over here, and I can disable, movement or prevent removal of this cover block, or I can select both and then click apply right over here, and I will see an icon just like this. You can see I cannot move it and I cannot remove it. Okay, so this is what this feature does. Now in WordPress 6.1, you will notice that a new option applied to inner blocks has been added to this option if you are using it in a container block or a column block or a group block. Let me show you. So in container block, meaning it can be a cover block as well. Okay, so right over here, this is a cover block. You can see I have already logged it. Let me unlock this. Okay, you can see this is the apply to all blocks inside. Okay, so this is the new option that has been added. Let me remove this and click apply right over here. So this is a typical cover block that you will see right over here. You can click right over here, go to lock. You can see this is the new option that you will see. You can select lock all, apply to all, click apply. So this option was missing here in the block lock feature. Let me click unlock. You can see that option was missing. Again, let me show you. Click apply to all blocks inside is missing. Okay, so this option was basically missing in WordPress 6.0 and has been added in, you will see it in WordPress 6.1. So now if I will click this paragraph block right over here, you can see I can move the paragraph block, I can remove the paragraph block, and to lock this paragraph block I will have to lock it individually. Okay, this lock setting only applies to this block. However, the inner blocks do not take on the same lock properties. Okay, so this has changed in WordPress 6.1, and you can see the inner block is locked as well. I cannot remove it and I cannot move it as well. So this is basically the improvement to the block lock that you will see in WordPress 6.1. Now moving on from the block lock, the next topic that we are going to discuss is a new feature that has been introduced in the information icon or the information panel in the WordPress editor, and that is the time to read. Now let's first head over to WordPress 6.0 and exactly see what information does this information panel gives you. So this information panel is right over here, and you can click and it gives you the information on the number of characters, words, headings, paragraphs, and blocks that you have used in this page or post. Okay, this option does not contain, or this information panel does not contain the time to read this paragraph. It does not display the information on time to read. Okay, this time to read feature or this time to read option has been not, let's not call it on option, information has been added to this I button or the information panel. Let's just click right over here, and you can see the time to read option is right over here. Now let's just click, go here, and you can see the time to read is missing. So this information panel will basically now show you the time, the time people have to spend reading your article or the page. Okay, so this is the new feature that has been introduced in the information panel. Now, the last topic that we are going to discuss in this video is the release of the new theme with WordPress 6.1, which is the 2023 theme. Now, we have almost discussed everything about this new theme in this video. Most of the things we have discussed, some of the things I will discuss in the upcoming video. Once 6.1 is stably released, then I'm going to touch on that. But for right now, the two things that I majorly want to discuss is the browse styles that you will get, the additional styles that you will get with this theme, and the four new fonts that we have already discussed, but I still want to touch on that once more. Now, to see this theme, what I am going to do is I'm going to head over to appearance, then I'm going to click editor right over here. Okay, now I am going to head over to the styles right over here, click this browse style option, and you can see, there are these multiple styles that this theme comes with. So 2022 had, I think, so 4 styles. This one has around 10. So these are all of the styles that you can use. These are the pre-built styles that come with this theme. Beautiful. Okay. So as per your requirement, you can use these on your site. Okay, so the first thing is the styles that come, the pre-built styles that are coming with the 2023 theme. These are the styles that are coming with this theme. And the second one is the font family, the four new font family that have been included, and those are right over here. We have discussed these before: the DM Times, the IBM Plex Pro, the Source Serif Pro, the Enter, the system font, the everything. Okay, so these are the only things that I'm going to discuss about this theme right now. That is why I left this topic for the very end, because it's nothing really important that I'm going to discuss in this video. However, in the upcoming video, I will touch on everything that comes with this theme. Okay, now I have left a lot of topics still that were required to be covered in WordPress 6.1. Now those are the changes to the interfaces in both the site editor and the default WordPress block editor, that you use to create pages and posts. So I have left all of those for right now. Now, the reason behind this is I'm just waiting for the final release. A lot of times these features don't get released, and then, it leaves people confused, like, where is this feature on my site? I don't see it. So that is why I have just, left it for right now. Okay, so make sure if you want to watch that video, then you like and subscribe to this channel and turn on the post notification bell, because I'm surely going to do an article on that as well, and I will follow it up with the video. Okay, so in case you have any queries regarding this, feel free to comment down below and I will try and help. Okay, with that said, this is the video for you on WordPress 6.1 beta testing. Okay. Now I hope you have found this video helpful and are now familiar with what's coming in a WordPress 6.1. Now if you did, then make sure to leave a like, subscribe to the channel and turn on the post notification bell. Now in case you have any queries, feel free to comment down below and I will try and help. Also, the links to our socials are in the description box below. Feel free to follow us on other platforms as well. And with that said, thank you for watching and I will see you in the next video.